Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear brother. The message that he sent to me reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? So when I came here to South Africa, it was in the year 2008. So I was staying in Musina, and life, I can say that it was very difficult. So I would go around Musina town trying to get a job, but I could not get any job at all. Then there was this other Chinese man who offered me a job. So what we were doing was, when some trucks would come to offload at his warehouse, he did not have any forklifts. So we were the ones that would be offloading all those trucks. So this Chinese guy said that I do not have any power. I was more like a woman. And this was not the first time that someone was telling me that I was more like a girl than a man. So I thought that if people think that I am a girl, let me just become like a woman. So I then started to prostitute myself. So late at night, I would go to this other garage and I will just hang and I will go to this other garage and I'll just pretend as if I will be hiking. So most of the guys, when they would see me, they would see that this guy, I can sleep with him. So I started to prostitute myself to other men as well as some women, until this other friend of mine contacted me and told me that he was in Johannesburg, and he told me that I was supposed to come to Johannesburg because that was where all the money in South Africa could be found. I quickly left Musina and I came to Johannesburg. I started staying with my friends. We stayed for about a week, and after that, my friend then told me that his girlfriend, but the girlfriend was a married woman, married to a very rich South African businessman, and he told me that he had been prostituting himself to that woman. So the woman had told him not to prostitute himself to other women because she wanted him all for herself. So she had bought for him a nice apartment in Cape Town. We then left Johannesburg and we went to Cape Town. When we arrived there, Brother Nashi, I saw that the woman had purchased a grand mansion, which my friend and I were going to stay at, overlooking the Atlantic Ocean. That house, it was really beautiful, more like a castle. We spent all the days that I spent in Cape Town, whilst I was just hanging around the beaches of Clifton. That is where I met a lot of men that I was now sleeping with, until I met this other producer, a music producer, who ended up until I met this other music producer. He was the one who made me to leave South Africa, and currently I am here in Canada. So Brother Nashi, when I met this guy, he was a white dude. He then invited me to his studio because when we started hanging around and just chilling, this guy, he saw that I was into dating other guys like him, and he said that he wanted to take me out for a date. I totally agreed, and we went on that date. Whilst we were on that date, that was when he told me that he was so much into me. So I dated that guy for about 2 years until he left South Africa. But when he was still in South Africa, this guy, he would regularly just drop some big names of some big musicians, and you'll be like, that guy, when I came here to make him to join the Freemason. So I thought that maybe this guy, he was nuts, until he invited me to his studio, because he had a temporary studio that had been built for him when he was busy recording with some big artists from around Africa here in South Africa. When I went there, Brother Nashi, I saw that the way that they had designed the studio, it was not like a normal studio, but rather it was more like an altar. The moment that you would walk into the studio, you will feel that there was so much demonic presence all around the studio, and they had painted everything red, like dark red, so much that you would think that this is blood. And each and every time before an artist would have started recording, they used to play this other song. It was like a dark metallic song that they used to play, inviting some demons to come and to possess the that will be recording, and each and every time that someone will be listening to the artist, then that demon will be able to possess the person that will be listening to that music. This man, he told me that he was an agent of the Freemasons, and I didn't believe him until I went to his recording studio, and I saw that there were a lot of pentagrams that were painted all over the room. And this guy, the time that he left South Africa, I saw that the people that used to come and record at his studio, those guys, even right now, they are some of the biggest artists. When I look and when I see the big artists that are in South Africa, those were some of the artists that came there that were desperate. They were just desperate for a contract. Some of them, it is not like they knew that they were going to come to sign the contract with the devil, selling their soul away, but they just thought that maybe this was just a record label that was from America that was signing them on. But what they didn't know was that they were being initiated. It's not like when they signed the contract, they immediately knew that they were signing the deal with the devil. He said that with time, and as long as we are giving them money, we can control them. So the way that they were going to be initiated is by sleeping with another man. He told me that he was going to sleep with those artists that he was going to choose, the ones that he wanted to become like very big artists. So the final initiation, you had to bend over for him. And it is not like what he made me to do, because as for me and him, the relationship that was between us, it was like we were in love. But these guys, they were being initiated, whether you liked it or you do not like it. Most of the artists, they had to bend over so that they can get the final contract and the breakthrough into the music industry, so that they can be pushed and to be pushed, so that everyone can just start to listen to their music. So those are some of the things that I witnessed the time when I was in South Africa. Now I am in Canada. As for my friend, the one who was dating that rich South African woman, he was also using charms. He was using charms on that woman. The woman, she was more like a zombie to him, even though he made her to think that she was the one who was in control of the relationship. But in the background, the guy was working on her big time, using a lot of charms on her. Oh, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear brother. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. He's saying that the time when he was in South Africa, he saw that there was a guy who was saying that he was a Freemason agent who yet came to record some music. He was going to push a few African artists that are now big in the music industry, and they had to bend over for him so that they can be given that breakthrough in the music industry. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world.